Hey guys, Mark here. I hope you have been doing well, and I'm back with another tutorial for you. This time I'm going to show you how to make a two-color Hansen knot bracelet. So basically in this video we're going to interweave a doubled 3-byte Turk's head with the Hansen knot interweave, which will give it a kind of a gaucho look to it. So with that said, let's see the supplies needed and then get into the tutorial. So here are the supplies that you're going to need. So you have type 1 paracord, lacing needle, mandrel, and I have attached a rubber band that we're going to use to hold ends of the cords. Now I have one cord here that's 14 feet long. This is going to be our primary color, and this is enough for a mandrel that's about 1/4 of an inch wide. And I also have 7 feet of the cord that we're going to use for the interweave, which is enough again for a mandrel 1/4 of an inch wide. I have set up a 3-byte Turk's head base knot, and I'm going to leave a link in the description you can use to get to this point. We're going to double this setup first. So basically just take your primary cord and then simply double up your standing end. And we do this by just following our standing end again through the knot, going over where it is going over and under where it is going under. Now just continue doing this until you have reached your standing end, and at that point we're going to continue using our interweave cord. So here you can see a doubled 3-byte Turk's head. It looks quite nice by itself, but we're going to add an interweave to it. To add an interweave, we're going to place another cord next to our standing end, on the left side of our standing end. And at that point, we're going to start by splitting pairs. As you can see, we have one pair here and another pair here, going alongside the left of our standing end and splitting all of these pairs here. We're going to enter with an over one. Then to split the next pair, we're going to need to go under 2. So under 2. Then continue going over 2 to split a pair, and then under 2 to split a pair. This pair here. So under 2. Then over 2 again to split another pair, and under 2. Basically the sequence is over 2 under 2, always splitting a pair when you do this. Continue on to the right side. And once we are at our right side, we're going to exit using an over one and re-enter with an under one. And then continue splitting pairs, just like we did going to the right side. So we're going to enter with an under, then continue with an over two, then under two. We have now reached a section that has a yellow chord, or our secondary chord here, and we're just going to ignore it and continue splitting pairs. So at this point, since we went under 2 before, we're going to go over 3 to split the next pair. So over 3. And continuing splitting a pair by going under 2. And continue going over 2 to split a pair. And then, with the next section, we're going to go under 3 to split a pair. And just continue. Since we went under 3, we're going to now go over 2 to split a pair, and then under 2 to split a pair. And again continuing, going over 3 to split a pair, and under 2. And over 2, under 3. Just continue splitting pairs going to the left side, and we're going to continue once you reach the left. We have exited with an under 1, so we're going to re-enter with an over 1 and continue splitting pairs. So the first thing we're going to do is go over 1, under 2 to split a pair, then over 2, under 3, again always looking to split, then continue over 2 to split a pair, and under 2. Since we went under 2 now, we're going to go over 3 to split a pair, and then under 2 to split another one. Continue by going over 2 to split a pair, and then under 3 to split the next pair. Then over 2, under 2. Continue by splitting pairs, and again over 3, under 2. Now continue towards the right side, and we're going to continue once we reach the right. We have exited using an over 1, so we're going to re-enter with an under 1. So under 1, then over 2 to split a pair, then under 3 to split the next pair, so under 3, then over 3 to split the next pair. Then continue under 2 to split a pair, and over 3 to split the next pair, and then under 3. Then over 2 to split a pair, and under 3 to split the next pair. Then over 3 and under 2. As you can see, once you get the fill for splitting pairs, you actually don't need to worry about losing your way. Continue towards the left, and we're going to pick up from there. We again exit with an under 1, so we're going to re-enter with an over 1. So over 1, and then under 2 to split a pair. We're then going to continue by going over 3 to split the next pair, and then under 3. Then over 2 to split the next pair, and then continue with an under 3. As you can see, as the knot gets tighter, it's a bit harder to work with it, but this is natural. You can switch to a smaller mandrel, but I find that if I work the knot tight, it looks better. We're going to continue with an over 3, and then under 2 to split the next pair. So under these two. Continue towards your right side. We have again exited with an over, so we're going to continue with an under 1. And then immediately we have an over 3 to make, to split the next pair. All we're going to do from now on is go over 3, under 3 to split pairs. So the last pass is probably as easy as the first one was. So over 3, under 3. Then again over 3. And then under 3. And we're going to simply continue going this over 3, under 3 until we reach the left side, at which point we're going to finish our interweave, and we have a 2-color Hansen knot ready. So we have reached our left side, and it is time to finish the knot. We have exited with an under 1, when we're simply going to place our working end next to our standing end to finish the knot. So guys, I hope that this tutorial was clear enough. I enjoy tying these types of bracelets, and I think that they look great, but they do take some patience, and they are sometimes a bit hard on the hands, especially if you work them tight. Ideally, I think that switching between different sizes of mandrels can be optimal to keep the knot a bit looser to work with. In any case, thank you for joining me, and see you next time.